Global Times, 17th of October 2022, words from a leader, how Xi's reply notes warm and encourage China's friends around the world. In China, people think letters are worth as much as gold. People have sent letters across mountains and seas for thousands of years to share their feelings, friendships, and hopes. In the past 10 years, Xi Jinping, President of China and General Secretary of the Communist Party of China, CPC, Central Committee, has found time to answer some letters from regular people, even though he is very busy with work. Xi has also written to many friends from all walks of life worldwide. This is one of many great stories about China's interactions with other countries in the new age. Aside from that, the letters have also brought more color to the talks between China and other countries over the last 10 years. He answered the children and grandchildren of China's foreign friends who helped with the revolution and building of the country. These people's contributions are still greatly valued in China today. He replied to international college students in China, telling them to learn about the country and talk to their families back home about what they see. He also responded to primary school students benefiting from Belt and Road Initiative (BRI) projects and can't wait to visit China one day. Before and over the last few months, reporters from the Global Times tracked down and talked to some of the people who received Xi's letters to learn the amazing stories behind him and what they wrote. In the courtyard of a Beijing hutong, Zhou Yuma, the son of George Hutem, the first foreigner to be given Chinese citizenship and join the CPC, told reporters how proud he was that his father chose to work with the CPC and the Chinese people and how moved he was that the Chinese leader remembered the friends from other countries who had helped China grow. An American professor at the beautiful Xiamen University campus in Fujian, East China, is still shocked that he got a reply letter from Xi. He remembers that right away, about 500 congratulations flooded his phone. This professor is committed to telling the world the real story about China. During an hour-long phone call, an Italian student at Peking University who speaks Putonghua fluently and with a strong Beijing accent talked about growing up in China and how Xi's letter to him and his peers has made him even more determined to stay in the country and see its future growth and prosperity. In a Lao village primary school with China in its name, the retired principal couldn't hide her joy and pride at receiving a reply letter from Xi. She talked about how the BRI projects have greatly improved the lives of local people and how she hopes that the friendship between the two neighboring countries will continue. It's not as light as you might think that letter is. It can show the history of a country and the history of a person, a family, or a group of people. We will share two parts of stories about how Xi's answers have given China's friends around the world hope. That's it for the first part. I'm sure that the CPC has stuck to its primary goal of working for the good of the people. Zhou Yuma, the son of George Hutem, was the first foreigner to be given Chinese citizenship and join the CPC. On September 14, 2021, Xi replied to a letter from the families of some international friends, such as Edgar and Helen Snow, George Hutem, Riwi Ali, and Israel Epstein. Xi paid tribute to these friends, saying they had stood by the CPC and the Chinese people through thick and thin and made significant contributions to China's revolution, construction, and reform. Xi said that China would never forget how important they were to China's revolution, construction, and reform and how friendly they were to the CPC and the Chinese people. China will always respect their memory. A message to Xi was written and sent by 16 family members of friends from other countries in August 2021. They wrote in the letter that they were proud that their family members decided to support the Chinese People's Political Party, CPP. They want to keep the internationalist spirit alive in the new era by following the plan to build a community with a shared future for all people. They also want to contribute further to improving friendships between Chinese and people from other countries and helping China reach its second centennial goal. The note from Xi in response makes me feel better and gives me hope. I will always do what my father did and actively promote the spirit of internationalism. I will also work with my international friends to improve friendships between Chinese people and people worldwide, which will make the image of China and the CPC more beautiful and vivid, Zhou said. President Xi told us to keep up our work to improve our relationship with China. Our family had a great time. I hope that relationship lasts. Adam Foster, who runs the Helen Foster Snow Foundation. It was signed by 66 Foster family members and sent to President Xi to thank the Chinese people for their actions to honor Helen's life and memory, Adam Foster told the Global Times. Adam Foster's great-aunt was Helen Foster Snow. In a letter sent to Foster on January 27, 2022, Xi replied that Edgar and Helen Snow were active supporters of the Chinese Gonghe, Gung-ho, movement of industrial cooperatives and played a crucial part in setting up the Shandong Paley School in Gansu Province. He also said that the Chinese people remember how friends from other countries, like the Snows, helped with China's change and building and how friendly they were with the CPC and the Chinese people. In the interview, he said he hoped Foster and the foundation would continue to do what the Snows did and help strengthen friendships and partnerships between Chinese and American people. The response deeply moved me from the head of state. It saddened me, but I realized I have even more obligations as a foreign expert. An expert on Russian at the Foreign Languages Press named Timofey Bykvalov. The foreign experts wrote a letter to the Foreign Languages Press in August of this year. In it, Xi asked foreign experts to do more to support exchanges and communication between China and other countries so that people can live peacefully and have a shared future. The foreign experts, including Burkhard Riss from Germany, who has been a German expert at the Foreign Languages Press since 2020, and David Ferguson from the UK, who is an English expert, told the Global Times that they wrote the letter to Xi to say to him about their work and how proud they are to help spread China's message around the world. Many people from other countries have also helped translate Xi Jinping, the governance of China. In my letter to President Xi, I told him I was hopeful about China's future. Now, I'm even more sure of myself and ready to watch China grow and tell the world what real China is like over the next few decades. A business teacher at Xiamen University named William N. Brown. Seeing China's growth and changes and telling the world about them makes me feel complete, happy, and proud. On February 1, 2019, Xi replied to Brown's letter. He praised the professor's 30 years of service to China's education system and said he was moved by Brown's love for Xiamen and the country as a whole. As someone who saw China's change and opening up firsthand, you spoke for Xiamen and Fujian province and gave the world an accurate picture of China. Xi wrote, I appreciate your desire to join the Chinese community. Xi replied after getting Brown's book off the wall, How We Fell for China. It comprises about 50 letters Brown wrote to his family and friends in the U.S. about his life in China. As a country leader with so much duty, President Xi still found time to write back to me, an average foreign teacher. It was both a surprise and an honor. Brown said that the Chinese stories he tells in the future will be even better.